genetic dispositions and a love for a family he doesn't care for.
I mean, I love all the characters in that show for the most part. They're all
Well,
great characters, but at
I
the
I
same
like
time,
I kind of like the build up. It kind of, well, especially the early seasons where it's like they have no parents and they're kind of like pulling together to just make this shit work.
yeah.
And then in the last episodes, few episodes, like nobody's pulling together doing anything. Everybody's life is falling apart, and everyone is a complete fucking idiot. Like especially the what's her name that she's on both shows.
Oh, god damn it, the redheaded girl.
Yeah, she like just gets pregnant and like she was like the rock of that family. She like even when the Evie was fucking shit up, she kind of like held everything together, and then she just throws it all away for hormones and greed and jealousy.
Shacks up with like a disabled guy, and it seems like if it's kind of a taken advantage of relationship, but not really.
No, she's doing it completely to get disability checks. She's a
no, I know,
person.
but like that's the whole fucking show. It's just like them struggling not to be their father, but then slowly turning into their father. And it's just, it's weird.
Which I don't. There's interesting things to that, but it's like yeah, like basically every character has that arc. I'm becoming my father. I'm not. I'm becoming my father. I'm not.
Well, it's just like you said before, and like Nathan probably would say if he gets asked about the plot, the trajectory of the show. Like you said, it's always they get a little bit ahead, then they fall right back down. A little bit ahead, fall right back down. They never actually make it a success towards actually being better people or getting anywhere in life. They're always stuck in that same fucking house. They always have problems they can never get over, or just like pervasive problems that keep persisting every year. And it's just depressing to watch, like Nathan said, just basically people you see in real life, but on a fake television show about people you can see in real life.
Or the one brother like joins the army, but then deserts it, and then becomes an EMT, but has like bipolar disorder and mania. It's like, can you be an EMT?
But then like, I found it weird when he like deserted his job to take his breakout boyfriend like across the border. And just like fucking is gone for like 4 or 5 days, and like nobody asked any questions. And then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna unstrap her, and she's like, don't fucking do that. And he does it. She jumps out of the ambulance and gets hit by another car and dies. And then he still has a job after. And then he abandons his job. Then he abandons his job and doesn't tell his boss like he promises when he's gonna be in a bipolar mode and fuck up and be a dick and shit like that. He fucks up all the time and still keeps his EMT job. You think they would have canned his ass for basically being a liability at that point, but he still has a job. And then Evie has, or not Evie. I think that's the younger one.
Okay, was it like Lily and Evie or some shit?
But the older party for up and coming millionaires in the city. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a scheme. And so like the season ends with her like getting the keys for this apartment and starting to check it out. And I'm like, something's gonna go wrong. Either he's building, it's fucking getting torn down in a week. Like all the tenants are meth heads. Like it's like something's gotta go wrong. And just waiting because my wife keeps wanting to watch the next season. I'm like, just don't know. And then V and her husband are like in a weird fucking 3-way revenge relationship with this Russian immigrant that's like taking over their business, taking their kids, and like kicked them out of their own house.
That was the only thing that kind of kept me going on seasons, because their relationship was more or less constant, but they also seem to be like improving each season.
Yeah, I know, and they were like the good, stable couple, and they were
despite being totally fucked up.
Yeah, I know, and then fucking Frank's always he always comes up with a new fucking scheme every year. And this year he was like the rat king of like a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
Because he just squatted in this fucking house for sale and said he knew the person was going to make him a deal on the house. He kicked the realtor out and just started having all these homeless people grift across town and give him a cut of the profits. But then somebody found out what he was doing, and they kicked him out of his own house and took all his money and shit. So he's back on the street again. And it's just like, fucking Jesus Christ. Like, he should be dead by now. He's already almost died, but then had a transplant from his daughter that he fucked. And shit like that. Like, I don't know how the fuck that came up with a plot point. Like,
Frank's didn't she just randomly disappear some season?
What?
His daughter.
Yeah, like the 5th or 6th season, something like that. Because he's coughing up blood and like passes out, and you think he's gonna die because his liver's failing and his blood's fucking toxic because of all the drinking he's been doing. And then he's in a wheelchair and he looks like fucking death on wheels.
But she has battery clamps on her nipples, like attached to a battery. She's just being tortured, and that's the last we saw of her.
Oh Jesus. Well, I mean, they kind of did the same thing to Jimmy in the first season, or Steve, or whatever the fuck his name is, and he keeps popping back up in the show every once in a while. Like, you think he's dead, then he's alive again, then he's dead again, then he's alive again.
The original ending for that character is he's supposed to, like, the last shot of the season was, like, the gangsters he works with, they're just like, they chopped his head off and they were like kicking around on a soccer field, like they just using a soccer ball. That was the original end for that character.
Oh really? Yeah. Well, he's straight and he runs a deli counter. Like, just anything to change it up, make the show fresh again. And it's just I don't know.
It's just a spin the fortune wheel of character traits.
Yeah, it's just miserable. Like I said, I like to be carried away.
His network.
Network. The not real, most real world ever.
That and Idiocracy. The movies started out as satire and becoming a reality.
Yeah. Kids keep coming. I also liked Robert Duvall's character in this.
Yeah, he played a good ruthless ad executive guy.
Yeah, he was a good soulless executive. And then, of course, Ned Beatty was like the ultimate CEO guy. It's like, yeah, these people are all this evil.
There was a good Ned Beatty tweet I heard that recently. Like, you can't hear that, but it was Patton Oswalt's brother. There's like something going on there. It was about like, what movie and what character would you change everyone to a cartoon character but leave one human? He says Deliverance, Ned Beatty.
Fucking weird. Oh, that would be strange. But anyway, yeah, I encourage everyone to go watch this movie because Rupert Murdoch did. And
there'll be tons of things you'll recognize from pop culture from this movie, and this is where they came from.
Yes, this is a great movie, though. It's thoroughly enjoyable.
Tonight, I've decided to kill myself.
Yes.
But didn't that used to be one of our drops? I can't remember.
Yeah, oh yeah. Being I have nothing left in my life but this show, I've decided to kill myself. Right here on air.
Now play Hey Man, Nice Shot.
Yes.
Did that event have anything to do with this movie?
No, that would have happened. That happened in the...
Is that after? Or? Okay.
Yeah. No, this supposedly referenced real people, but then the real people they said it referenced threatened to sue them, so they were like, well, not really. But there were real network executives and people that they were poking at with this movie. But this is a great 70s movie that still holds up pretty well.
I mean, a lot of them do, but
yeah.
But for like a satire, like a not necessarily a comedy, but sure, it's a comedy.
Yeah, a dark satire.
Those things don't necessarily cross generations very well, but this one surprisingly does.
This one does.
No, I mean, I think it works well. I mean, I don't think it has to be updated just for the fact that in the 70s where it's set, it works so well because now you have so much stuff from the internet, anything you can see on your phone, TV, anything for newspaper, print media, whatever you see on some fucking jumbotron somewhere in the middle, or plane somewhere. But at the same time, like back then, they do a good job of covering this is what's on fucking TV, and fucking people, all they do, that's where they get their news from, TV or newspaper or whatever. So it's all tied in. It cuts off the world and makes it seem very much like they're in control of what the public is being fed, and they're getting their message across in droves. Where I don't think anytime I see movies trying to do that now, where it's like, oh yeah, people are paying attention to this in droves or whatever, and it's like on TV, and it has to be on so many different fucking things now to catch the attention you'd be back in the 70s. Like, you don't have that big pop culture movement like you would in the 70s from just one TV airing.
Yeah.
Because now,
No.
like, oh, did you see that on TV last night? Like, I don't fucking have cable.
Is it a
Like,
meme yet? I'll watch it if it's a meme.
like, it's,
Did Bill O'Reilly get shot by communists in the studio?
no, Alex Jones deep-throated a donkey to get back on the air.
Oh, thank God.
Wow. I wasn't getting any information now that he's back.
God's in the goat semen. Yeah, I don't know. I think Newsroom tried to trade in a lot of network stuff in that show. I couldn't watch Newsroom after a while.
Yeah, I tried watching Newsroom, but I just never got into it.
I mean, it's good performances and stuff, but there's a little too much Aaron Sorkin preaching. It's like,
Oh.
oh, this guy writes great dialogue. He also preaches for about 30 minutes of the fucking episode.
One with Bill Pullman,
Yeah. Wait, no, not Bill
No,
Pullman.
Jeff
no.
Daniels.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels, this is Bill Pullman's brother. Okay. But yeah,
I also like like that speech where some girl goes up to a thing and it's like asks him to tell how great America is. I like how fucking both like conservatives and liberals like throw that speech up on their Facebook like it means fucking anything.
Yeah. Wasn't that because wasn't it supposed to be like a Bill O'Reilly type commentator has a midlife crisis, and then every season they tackle all these issues?
Yeah.
It was going to be like the West Wing, but for news, and
Yes.
then
Yes.
it just imploded on itself, and it's like, oh, okay, you're a liberal, great.
I mean, yeah, it was fine, but
on TV before.
there's a lot of stuff where they were trying to they had to basically make up news to chase, and they're trying to make up news that they think was going to happen, or they'd have to the production cycle doesn't line up with a news cycle, and so there's
No.
weird things they have to do to try to chase the current news cycle with a production that's like months behind.
Right.
So there's always weird shit like that in the show.
Yeah, I remember that was. I like I said, I kind of tapped out after. Well, I mean, if I feel like I'm being preached at, yeah, I'm just sort of like, okay.
I mean, it's Aaron Sorkin, so it's great dialogue, but still.
Yeah, but it's still good grades, but not network.
Yeah.
This is genuinely a cool movie to watch for angry young men. To watch.
Just now stick your head out the window.
Nope.
Yeah, I
No,
don't know
no.
if I would go to that length, no matter how angry I was. It's not. I mean,
I'd stick my head out the window just to see who else was doing it.
well, I know. I mean, they did represent that in the movie, but it almost seems like I mean,
That's only something that could happen in like New York.
Yeah. I
mean,
could see people in New York doing that, especially after they had to pay their rent, tiny apartments they live in.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's something that what's the word for it? Like an action that brings you relief, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, that's the whole thing. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just like this. We're just entertaining you. This is all meaningless. And even Howard Beale's center and core of rage. It can, it's like, oh, this guy's legit. No, it's all co-opted to sell you a product. Everything is a product. And the stuff they're dealing with in this movie is, it's like, yeah, someone could rant and rave about everything that he ranted and raved about back then, and it's still going on. And now it is sold as a product. Rage is a product, fear, anger. It's not just Fox News. It's the other networks serve the other kind of anger.
They have
too.
a better filter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Wolf Blitzer's not he doesn't want to scream racist slogans. You can tell,
He's not sitting on a powder keg of censorship of hate behind it.
Yeah, he's not trying to couch his wouldn't it be better if America was white again? But we can't do that. So we have to. That's going to get taken out of context, and we'll be banned from YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, Wolf Blitzer's his mind isn't there, but he's going to do something else. But yeah, Fox News is the most obvious and vulgar because it appeals to the lowest common denominator, and that's why this draws a lot of parallels. Like this was the creating of Fox News, and when I hear that, it's like, no, this was the creating of the modern 24-hour news cycle, is what this was. And not all news is illegitimate, not all news people are illegitimate, but the stuff that really grabs attention is. And again, this was way before the internet or anything, so it becomes kind of a it's sort of a running commentary on a medium that's almost quaint nowadays. Because now the real rage is the internet, and there's a million Howard Beals out there, and they all want to shout their message at you. And it's all equal. It's all just done until you get that 5 minutes of fame, and then it's over. There's no legitimacy to it. And is that selling out? I don't know. Maybe. Or is that just what happens? It's kind of hard to tell.
The rage is the only thing about me.
Yeah, all I have is my anger.
I must commodify my rage.
Once that's stuffed with money, what the hell? Might as well shoot me on the air.
My rage is stuffed with money like lamb chops.
Yeah. I would like some pork stuffed rage. Because everything that's wrong in my life is the result of outside forces. I'm almost a Christ-like innocent here, just trying to spread the news. I'm not talking about myself, by the way. Don't not becoming a messiah, but yeah.
So what you're saying is, just like every other human being in the world, you can't control things that happen outside of what you do.
Right? No, I can't. I can certainly blame other people, and I can certainly see after the fact. It's like, oh, this is why this fucked up, because Mexicans or whatever. It's that seems to be this default mode we're in now.
Okay, so if we're gonna go there, then I have a new theory on greenhouse gases and global warming.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how Mexicans get blamed for everything? Guess what? They're also to blame for global warming. They eat so much beans, just the methane output from that culture alone is enough to warm the globe up another 2 centigrade every 20 years. There's goddamn bean burritos, refried beans, all those starches creating all those methane gases. I mean, there's a reason they call them beaners. And it's not. Sorry, I'm just coming shit off the top of my head just because it's like.
Just keep spitballing, yeah. Go ahead.
It's the same thing. I think I had a discussion.
Mexicans.
With somebody at just all these weird ideological, tags for.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but in the age of Google, all you have to do is type in the country's name and you can
Do you
find
think
out.
Vince McMahon is Googling fucking anything?
I know, it's not like he even opened an encyclopedia to find out. I'm sure it's just like any Louis C.K. bit that keeps popping up on my iPod, where he keeps talking about stupid shit that goes in his fucking head while he's out in the middle of the street. And he's like, yeah, I see this cute couple. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder what their kid would look like. And there's this little old Asian lady right behind him, like, oh, that's what their kid would look like. Like, no, you fucking idiot. Their little kid is not an old Chinese lady. And it was like, yeah, and I was like, I wonder what she's thinking. And I'm like, ching, ching, chong, ching. And it was like, she's not just spewing fucking racist gibberish. I mean, maybe she doesn't like black people. Who knows? And then it's just like, then I see other shit.
Our word. That's their word. Because remember, there's us and there's them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Has he really, besides taking the sides of white supremacists in rallies and stuff like that, has he really come out against racism?
No, but I'm trying to imagine how he would do it, but he'll still fuck that up. But I think it's depressing because it's like, again, too close to reality to be. Because that tweet I just made up, I could get some Twitter generator and put that up and fucking
save the environment or something else, because he does every fucking thing else.
This world's gonna destroy it. Not without me destroying it first.
Because he already rolled back all the fucking EPA mileage guidelines to help out auto manufacturers for claim of safety for the American people, because if they drive less, that means they'll get in less accidents. because everybody drives less, so their cars get less gas mileage. And it's like, that's not how it fucking works. You still gotta get to work.
This is how, like, we can have silencers because of something's called the Hearing Protection Act. You can shoot your gun without putting earmuffs on.
And just like,
yeah, the Assassination Easement Act of
it's just like fucking putting a bunch of tariffs on stuff that didn't need tariffs because of terrorism. It's like, yes, the damn ISIS steal forgeries over in fucking Afghanistan and Syria.
Fucking ISIS are undercutting us in their steel production.
It's like, you
Well,
fucking
I mean, we just had a gubernatorial.
That's what Trump could do. He could just legalize all drugs to defund all of terrorism in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Why would you get opium from the Middle East when you can get it here?
American-made heroin. These fucking eagles on needles just flying. It's just amazing. Star-spangled banners, and the stars, you crush them up and snort them.
I mean, it'd be like almost like the war bonds in World War II. Like, buy a packet of heroin to support the United States. It's just, I mean, I don't know why the hell we have. I mean, there's more and more states every day. Like, didn't Georgia legalize marijuana a couple weeks ago?
Did?
Yeah.
Really? In the South they did that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you gotta think.
Can they grow it
they
there?
have more
Is that
metro
why
area.
they? That's...
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they have more metro area and they're higher population than some southern
Yeah,
states,
yeah, I
so it
guess,
makes
yeah.
sense for them to be. A
I
little
guess
more
Georgia's a
consistent.
bit more north than some of the other southern states.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, if you look at that, and then Colorado's still playing around with legalizing LSD. Supposedly Canada's thinking about that next, since they already legalized marijuana.
Did they actually get that through?
Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a couple months ago they legalized marijuana.
Well, I know they're like working it, but I thought there was like some little kink right at the end, and they didn't.
No, because as far as I know, they did, but now there's like a travel ban, so anybody that comes from Canada that ever smoked marijuana can't enter the United States now. Because, now they're... As soon as you smoke the Mary Jane, you're a totally different human being, and you're a terrorist.
We can't let Canada into America anymore.
So that means
Well,
all
that's
our...
what I was going to tell you. We had a crazy governor's race, or not governor, but governor primary here. And we had the 3 Democrats connected United States for Mexico. But you want to be tough on border security. That's your plan, as being governor for Michigan. I'm going to be tough on border security.
They're gonna swim to Canada and come through that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It was the way. But see, that's the thing, is they're just appealing to the idiots and fearmongers here. It's like they don't. Anyone who looks at that rationally, okay, if you were a guy running in New Mexico, it's like, oh yeah, we've got to secure the borders or do something, or at least acknowledge that it's a problem. But in Michigan, like, we're gonna toughen up border security. Where? You're gonna dynamite the Ambassador Bridge? What are you